Who is there out there? Well, somebody who's very close to Masayoshi Son, very close to the SoftBank people, trusted, loved by them, who's all dressed up and ready to go pretty soon is John Legere. Yes, you heard it here first. I think there's some rumors out there that are starting to spread that he's the perfect guy for the job.
And Jeff Sonnenfeld of Yale School of Management, he's Senior Associate Dean there, joins us now. You nailed it, apparently. At least they seem to be talking.
Tyler, you're going to be nice to me today instead of beating up on me like last
that's
time.
Right,
but yes,
of course.
I was lucky. I don't know if I call it prescient. I always know when to buy a stock, never know when to sell one. And wherever John Legere goes, that's the place to buy. I thought that WeWorks was circling the drain until this kind of news. I would believe in WeWorks with John Legere there. I'd buy Pets.com and Toys R Us. I'd buy WorldCom if John Legere were there.
Was this a hunch or something that you had picked up, sort of signals intelligence?
Well, I know John a long time, just been tracking him, and I could see that he's getting into the end of the tether. He's got a contract that's going to be expiring pretty soon. It's December 9th, I think, is their trial with those 16 attorneys general to try to close this deal to make this $150 billion company, which would be, I don't know, same size as AT&T, maybe second only to Verizon, but right up there. It'd be a huge deal. And he has Mike Servient, his number two, his president, last year was actually formally named president, was promised that a couple of months after the deal, Mike gets the CEO job. So this is not that much of a hidden secret that John is surely not
on the market,
shy and retiring. He's all dressed up going somewhere. And so that was part of it. His schedule. But another part is there's nobody else on the planet that has the same experience in going into overhyped environments and having the financial wherewithal to tease it out, but also the energy is the third leg of this table. And the fourth one, he's got a relationship with Masayoshi Son that hardly anybody on the planet has. And these four qualities make him.
Jeff, back in September on that interview with the closing bell, you had also said something to the effect that you don't think he should take the job, but that he would take the job. And I'm wondering why you said that.
I think he would because he likes a crazy challenge.
Well, why shouldn't
when
he?
He went into, well, for the same reason I didn't think he should have taken the Global Crossing job, and he managed to eke. Global Crossing, as you'll recall, at least Tyler remembers, was the Democrats' equivalent of Enron, as we were saying back then. Melissa, you probably remember it too. And it was a bad situation. People thought it had no value. John managed to sell off the Asian pieces for great value, and then he still managed to sell, I think, to L3, $4 billion of extracted value that he salvaged out of this troubled enterprise. In WeWork, I just don't think there's a lot there to work with. And you look at other opportunities for adult supervision from Facebook, and yes, I don't think that would be a stretch for him. From Uber, this is not a good weekend for Dara, or if you saw Dara Khosrowshahi at Andrew's DealBook conference last week, you could see he's having some trouble. And, of course, between Uber or Facebook and Tesla, I think Elon Musk would be able to work with somebody like John. And so these are three places that I would rather John went, but he would make WeWork work.
Do you think Dara Khosrowshahi should be worried about his job? And I'm not just thinking about the DealBook conference. I'm thinking about the Axios interview in which he said the killing of Jamal Khashoggi, the journalist, was a serious mistake and likened it to the company's mistakes in autopilot, in self-driving cars, which seems extremely off.
Melissa, I completely agree with you. It was bad instincts. It was a bad day. It was a dumb attack. And you can forgive any one of us. Lord knows how many times do we say things, perhaps you don't, but I do on air, that I've regretted. So that was perhaps his bad moment. But his moment fighting with Kara Swisher last week at Andrew's event also was they're arguing whether or not there's ever profitability in a 10-year scan or whatever, as they looked at that is to take on Saudi Arabia, and I would share a lot of criticism over that, is that he was taking a tepid position that was guaranteed to offend everybody. The Saudis, I think, are his fourth or fifth largest investor. That wasn't working with them. And to make it look as mild as, a simple mistake as an autopilot failing, when this was intentional, a cruel murder, apparently sanctioned at the very top, that was not a smart place to wander into. You wonder if this is somebody who's gotten a little too comfortable thinking out loud or is a little too stressed out right now, is not thinking clearly. But either way, it's not a comfortable position that he's in right now. And so, yeah, I would worry. He's a good person. He's not an evil person. He's not greedy. He's not grandiose. and yet he's clearly looking a little bit lost in the saddle at a company that's had disappointing results come out, and also as part of the Matsuyoshi Son umbrella, part of the SoftBank umbrella. I could see John doing a fantastic job going into Uber. Basically, what we see here is this is kind of a warning shot going out, or an alert sign that John Legere is back on the market. This is no shy and retiring guy. I mean, you may remember when he crashed an AT&T concert soon into the job at T-Mobile. He went to communicate at the Consumer Electronics Show. He went in to see a rapper and got escorted out by the police. And he manages to make a big splash wherever he goes. But
no, he does arrive with a big footprint. He does arrive with a big footprint.